Hey everybody, back this time with all my 1968 PSA graded cards, and since I have a few more 68s than some of the previous, that's why I'm just doing one video with 68 exclusively. So 68, we start seeing a few more of the little odds and ends of the weird knick-knack stuff, and I want to start with these Atlantic Oil play ball. Now these came as a promotional from Atlantic Oil. The whole idea was you could, purchase some gas and get these little pamphlets, so you could open up the pamphlet and there'd be a couple player cards and they have a player number. And if you could pair up certain numbers, you could win cash prizes. So of these three here, none of them were prize winners. The ones that did win cash prizes obviously are more difficult to find. So it would make this set extremely hard to get. Would be to find the ones, because there just weren't a lot of them printed, the ones that were worth cash value. But I have the Bob Gibson, the Willie McCovey. These are PSA Gem Mint 10 autographs only, just grading on the autograph. It is very difficult to get these in the high grade, which moving on to this Frank Robinson here in a 6 is an extremely high grade for these play balls. And then another really nicely high graded item is this Bazooka. This is cut off the side panel of the Bazooka from 68. Extremely high grade on that. And then moving on, we see a couple variations of the regular 68 tops. First one being this Milton Bradley. You don't see a lot of these Milton Bradley variations. Let me just flip this over and show you how you can tell. It's got a slightly different colored back. So if you can tell, the tinge on this one is a little bit more yellow, and this is a little darker orange on the traditional 68. This here, O-Pee-Chee, which is a nice grade of Near Mint 7, it's got a totally different back. So it is more of a mustard color or a brownish color back. But on this one here, you can't really tell on the Milton Bradley one any difference other than just the color back. So I had a couple of those, then some league leader cards here as I flip that one back over. So the good thing about 68 is that you can get these cards in really good grades without really breaking the bank. They're not that difficult. The edges are very forgiving, with that pattern, that distinct 68 pattern. Although this one right here, this home run leaders, is a very tough one to get in a high grade. It's centering issues on that. If that was a true 8, which I think it could be, it would have cost me a lot more. And then there's a lot of nice cards here. The Rod Carew second year card, Gaylord Perry, Rocky Calavito, and a Bob Gibson. I got quite a few of these in an 8. Don Sutton in an 8. Couple more 8s, Joe Morgan. They did a World Series rendition again. Has a lot of good imagery. I love this card of Gibson pitching, hurling a shutout. Great action shot of him, both of those. Him and that Lou Brock in an 8. And then coming down to maybe my favorite card, that Jerry Koosman rookie. Yeah, no more explanation on that. And then the Topps 3rd Series with the Carl Yastrzemski checklist. Don't have the floating heads on this one, but still, for some reason, I've always liked these checklist cards. It's just cool. And then Orlando Cepeda. I think he was a MVP the year previous in '67, so he rendered the 200 card, Juan Marichal, Jim Bunning in an 8. This is the lowest grade I have for 68. This Pete Rose as an excellent mint 6. And then really nice near mint Johnny Bench. I think I just saw one sell. Probes team just sold one of these the other day at 8. Sold for about $540. I did not pay that for this. I bought it maybe 4 years ago. I'm glad I did. Maybe a good investment. Then a Willie McCovey in an 8. And then Mike Ryan in a 9. That's my highest graded one. It's just a common. Hoyt Wilhelm in an 8. Ernie Banks in a 7. Ernie Banks uses the same photo for his 69 card as well. And then some of these All-Star cards, I really like the All-Star ones because they have puzzle pieces on the back. You can look at it and see there's like a puzzle piece on the back. So I want to ultimately get all the All-Star cards so I can make the puzzle. But Rod Carew, Joe Morgan, All-Stars, Brooks Robinson, Lou Brock, Frank Robinson, Bob Gibson. You notice all my All-Stars are near mint 8. For some reason, these All-Star cards grade very well, and it is not hard to get these in 8s. So if you're looking for a high-grade little mini subset, that might be something people might be interested in doing. Steve Carlton in a 7. Once again, now these are 2 variations of the same card. If you look on the hat for Frank Robinson, on the one on the right, the hat goes off the border, and the one on the left is lower than, just a little bit lower shot. Just 2 weird variations. Very similar though. And then the regular Frank Robinson near mint, and then Lou Brock in a 7. Getting up into the higher numbers, another Frank Robinson, Brooks Robinson, Birds Belter cards. They did a card together in 67 as well, as I showed in the previous video. Okay, now these are different. These are actually inserts that came following the 3rd series of the cards. So in the 3rd series, they started issuing these it's a playing game. So on the back you have just, let's see, just these cards. So it would be like a deck of playing cards, and you could flip it over, and that's what you got. So I got a couple nice cards here with Hank Aaron, Roberto Clemente. Centering is an issue on these on the back side here. The centering on this side in particular is kind of tough. Then the Frank Robinson and the Brooks Robinson, and then just lastly a Pete Rose. So yeah, about 7 minutes it took for me to go through all my 68 cards. That's why I'm doing this video individually. And keep watching my videos on YouTube. I'm going to do my 69 PSA graded cards here next. Thanks again for watching.